Alright, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another 1v1. Well, actually, it's not going to be another 1v1, it's going to be the first 1v1 we are casting here in the BWCasts YouTube channel. And we're going to have here a pretty nice 1v1 between SCB Silver and 3HazZ. This is from the iCCup Clan League. And of course, between these two teams here, 3S and SCB, gonna be a pretty amazing game here. I've watched the first one. This is gonna be the second one of the series, which I haven't watched yet. But I wanted something interesting, fresh, new to the scene to start with this channel. So I hope you guys will enjoy it. I hope you'll enjoy me casting. I am not too good at Brood War, but I will try my best and I will improve as time goes on if you guys are interested. So we'll see how that goes. We see a Protoss player here going to be dropping a low ground pylon for that Forge FE, of course. And meanwhile, the Zerg is pretty close nearby, actually. This is an interesting map. I haven't seen this map before. It's definitely not in the SCBW map pool. At least I don't think it is, or I haven't seen it. And these players haven't seen it either, because they were asking how many players map was it. So yeah, Forge going down here. I don't think that is a complete block, but that egg is definitely playing with my mind here. So we'll see about that. Maybe Lings will be able to sneak by if the time comes for that. And the Zerg we do see going for a pretty early pool. That was probably a 9 pool, which is pretty standard. Not a cheese or anything like that. And that Overlord is going to be checking things out. Of course, he's free to do so. No Dragoon is going to be coming out anytime soon. Although the photon cannon can kill an Overlord pretty quickly. I do not think that Overlord will sit over there for too long. That probe is not going to plant down in Nexus yet. But a hatchery does want to come down for the Zerg player, as he has 300 minerals saved up. That probe is going to be a bit pesky, but 2 drones are pulled off the line. And that drone is going to... Wow, that died so quickly. Pretty bad control there by our Protoss player, and unable to save that probe. It was a pretty easy save to do that. He could even click these minerals and click, shift click, and that would have just ghosted through the drones, essentially, with no damage done. So he has to make another probe and send it through the middle of the map on towards the Zerg base to scout. He'll see these 6 Lings. And he has placed down the second photon cannon, will place a gateway over here, and that will be reasonably protected here. And these Lings are going to be wasting some time following this probe around, and that's exactly what our Protoss player wants. Lings won't really catch a probe because they will stop slightly before attacking the probe. But, oh, that was a close round, not going to work though. And of course, gas now coming for the Zerg. These Lings don't have link speed yet. And here comes the Nexus and that gateway we were talking about. So yeah, a Protoss player getting some nice initial build here. Oh, that was pretty close. That probe does not belong for this world for much longer. Oh, 3rd base coming for our Zerg. Usually we do see an in-base macro hatch, like around this area or here. But this time he's going to go for the 3rd base, and that's pretty nice. I mean, these 2 bases are pretty close together. This base has the gas and the full minerals, so it's a good incentive to actually go for that 3rd base rather than an in-base macro hatch. Since it's close together, I doubt there are any more entrances to that base. It's okay. I like that decision, and of course he's going to be able to put a couple more drones mining minerals there. And of course, if you have a lot of drones in one base, it's nowhere near as good as having a few drones on 2 bases. So that's going to be really good for our Zerg player, and we'll see how he does with that, as he hasn't mainerded any drones over to the expansion yet. Should be doing that pretty soon, I'm guessing. Here comes the Cyber Core, gas being collected by our Protoss, and this gas will come in a minute or so, most likely. Keeps making probes, of course. Protoss do want to have as many probes as possible. And actually, this base probably does have another entrance over this location here. So my bad there. He's going to be able to probably get over there pretty quickly through this area. Yeah, it seems like he can actually circumvent these links and just scout with that probe. through this area. That's interesting. Interesting map for sure. And meanwhile, third photon cannon coming for Protoss. He's scared of what happened last game, which was a 2-base all-in with Mass Hydra that didn't end up working. So, indeed, HazZ, I just forgot the name, HazZ is ahead 1 game in this best of 3 series. So last game, the Zerg did go Mass Hydra 2-base, ended up losing the game because there were so many cannons placed down. 3 cannons is okay, not an overkill amount. And Stargate, Citadel of Doom coming, so there's probably going to be some sort of BWC build variation here, where he'll go for Templar Tech momentarily after a couple of Corsairs. And here we see the Hydra Gen getting Hydra range, creep colony there. Last game we did see Corsairs from a Protoss as well, so it's understandable that he wants Sunkens and Spores. He doesn't have an Evo Chamber yet though. Spider coming, so those Scourges definitely going to be useful against the Corsair. And Cannons coming in the mineral line for the natural. That's going to help against the Mutas a lot, but it's mainly going to be the Corsairs, the ones dealing the damage, and the Scourges trying to chase them around, which is the norm. +1 coming for a Protoss as well, so that's going to prove useful in killing those Lings later on. And Zealots coming, Zealot legs also being upgraded, of course. It's probably going to end up being Mass Zealot with a couple of High Templar. This is pretty much the norm in PvZ. And meanwhile, we are finishing now Hydra speed, getting a 4th hatch. We should be seeing a 5th hatch pretty soon, I'm guessing. A couple of Scourge coming, and there's the Scouting Overlord gonna spot everything, which is pretty standard, as we've been saying. Stargate, Citadel, and 2 gas. So yeah, the Zerg doesn't really have to be scared of much yet. He hasn't seen a Templar Archives, so he knows, well, he doesn't really know, but he can assume that there's no DTs or anything like that coming yet. And these Corsairs, which have just lost track of. Can't really see that Corsair anyway. Anyway, we'll find it soon enough. That Corsair is probably going to try to kill a couple of Overlords, and now here and there. Not sure how it will manage, though, as Hydras are on the ground right now. More Zealots being made. No Templar Archives. There it is. My bad. There's the Templar Archives. And yeah, it's going to be Storm. Yeah, oh, Lings were in patrol. Will be attacking the Zealots and they will all die. Small miscontrol there by Silver. Losing those Lings. They were in patrol, so as soon as the Zealots approached them, they decided to attack them. And here's the 5th hatch. So yeah, Evo Chamber as well. Not researching anything though. And Hydra range is about to complete. Sealing also a 2nd Sunken Colony. A lot of Zealots are coming though. Oh, but more Hydra spawned just in time. There's another Sunken here, but no Hydras there, so these Zealots can actually do some damage there. Hydras overcommitting a little bit, and the Sunkens are doing a lot of damage. Hydras microing very nicely to that spot, and there's just not enough Zealots here, but a few of these Hydras will die. More Hydras coming from the 3rd base, and wow, Zealots are so hardy here. Not gonna die, and killing a lot of Hydras in the Protoss player. It's gonna be taking a 3rd base behind this, as we can see the next is going down. And yeah, Sunkens would be pretty beneficial here, but a lot of Hydras did end up dying. And that was a nice trade. Minerals for gas for the Protoss player. The Zerg is not really low on gas, so you shouldn't really worry about that. 5 HP left on the Sunken. And yeah, minerals only, which is 100 minerals per Zealot traded for the gas that the Hydras cost. As we said, Zerg does have 1,000 gas, so it's not really going to be much of a problem there. And he's not even mining gas here, so it was fine, I guess. Walling this off very nicely. There we go. I'm going to be putting a cannon or 2 there, most likely. Getting the +2 attack very quickly there. And he's also getting Storm about to complete, getting a Robo facility as well. He's going to need that Observer for the Lurkers that are not coming yet, but could be coming any moment.